Alright, so this is a simple way I like to find the chords. You can literally just look up the song and then followed by chords. Ultimate Guitar has some good info on there. Um, there's a couple other ones. Chordy is okay. Chordify. Personally, though, I'd just go with the Ultimate Guitar one. It's really straightforward. So, yep, all these chords are within the F major scale. That C7 flat 9 that you see is the only one that's gonna pretty much go out of key for a moment, but I'll explain that soon. And yeah, so this is a good starting point right here to get a little familiarized with the song. So another good starting point is to look up the tempo of the song. So I just typed in the song name followed by tempo. The AI overview thing up here is not correct. The page titled song BPM right down here says "This I Swear" is a song by the Skyliners with a tempo of 101 BPM, which stands for beats per minute. That one is correct. I verified that by kind of messing around in Bandlab for a minute and just syncing up a little beat with the song and seeing if 101 BPM was right, and it sounded right to me, so we're going to go with that. And just want to type in the time signature as well. And it says 6/8 or 3/4. What I've learned is most 50 songs are actually in 3/4, so it's basically how the beats usually go, and I'll explain that when I go into Bandlab here in a minute. So yeah, most most songs are in 4/4, uh, but 50s, 60s specifically usually tend to drift more towards swing feel, so that's what 3/4 is. So yeah. So first off, right here in its own file, we got the beat. If you see those three tabs at the top, you click on the far right one. Boom, you can see the tempo, I set it to 101. Time signature, I put it to 3/4. If you just click on it, see, I can change it to 4/4 or 3/4. So the yellow instrument right there is the cymbal taps. So this one. So if you click on the bottom right there, with the music note and like the lines next to it in the same kind of row as the custom button right there, you click on that bottom right button right there, and it opens up this tab where you can basically select each instrument and put it on beat. So if I wanted a cymbal like kind of crash right there, or one of these, so what I did is I literally just made one, and then there's a button. If you click on that little circular with an arrow, it allows you to repeat something, so I can turn it off. See how I brought up the menus on the bottom? I can turn it off just like that, and then it'll just be one tap. So what I did is I did it, and I just put it to the very end. And the song I'm making ends right here, so I just cut it. And the reason I know that is because I already made it, but I'm just kind of backtracking to show you the process. So the kind of turquoise, like bluish color, and the orange, those are just snare hits right there. So, oh yeah, and the yellow one I used the jazz drum set because I thought it was kind of soft, and the song I'm making is a little bit softer, like I wanted it to sound softer. See how that sounds? And I can show you a comparison sometime, or you can experiment on your own. So, yep, this blue one right here is ballad. I chose that snare because I kind of like the sound of it. Kind of sounded like it has a bunch of space to it, so kind of echoey. And this one, once again, is another echoey kind of snare hit. It's always good to double up your instruments. That's how you create like a really big sound, and I'll show you more kind of what that sounds like when you mix harmonies and strings and instruments. It makes a huge sound, and it makes everything sound great. So if you click on the left side of the screen on an instrument, it opens up that menu again. So down on the bottom left, you see where it says Bright Room. So if you click on that, it opens up a menu with all these presets and everything. And they basically are a bunch of vocal chains to simplify. And you don't have to just use them on vocals, you can use them on instruments and everything. So I'd experiment with those and see what you like. Another thing I like to usually do is if you click on virtual instruments, I already have it favorited, but it's in the drum pads. It's this vintage hip hop one. It has a really good hit, like a bass drum hit, just like really solid. So I use that sometimes, not for this song, but it could just be like boom, 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 or something like that, you know? So, yeah. So another thing I wanted to mention before we move on is those numbers at the top, the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and so on. That's actually your timing of the song. So like your 3, 4. So it's like right here would be 1, 2, 3. So it's like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So like that instead of like 4, 4 timing, which would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. This is like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. That creates like the swing feel. So like I'll play this beat and you can kind of hear how it feels. It's like I'm gonna count in 6 out of 8, but that's like the same thing, like as 3, 4. It's just double the amount of hits. So it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So, yep. And I guess I'll just do this really quick so you can kind of see what it sounds like if you had a hit, like a bass drum hit. So like, so that is that. I would do something probably like this. And just see how I click that repeat button. I'm just gonna do it to the end. Creates a good flow to the beat. So that's just optional. You can play around with it. But these are kind of the basic instruments right here to create a beat. You just need a cymbal tap, the yellow one. Oh yeah, and if you pull this menu, you can slide it out from the side. So you can solo instruments or mute them. So if I solo the yellow one, then you can have your cymbal tap. Kind of just keeps the beat going. Snare hits. Then your bass drum. So I just wanted to explain the menu really quick. So if you click on one of these instruments here, I can click on them, select them. So I'm just going to click on the bottom one. So all these things, the far left one, you can delete it. And then at the very bottom of the screen, there's a little arrow you can undo. So if I click on the menu, the second one is a copy, so I can copy it. And if I slide this menu out from the side, click the 3 lines on one of the instrument tabs. You see that, how it opens up that menu right there? So you can duplicate. So if I like delete this one right here, since I copied this one, I can paste it and it'll be the same. And you can slide this out and you can delete the whole row. It gives you that with that menu again. Click remove. I already explained the circular arrow. That's how you repeat. You can choose like 4 times, 8 times, 16. You can undo the loop. You can go to the very end. So there's lots of options there. The next one is how you access that little menu where you can basically place your hits or your taps or really anything on beat or wherever that has lots of spaces. So if I wanted to change this beat up to like that, then see, that sounds kind of wacky. So you got to time it out. So let's see right there. See, that's kind of hitting with the snare. So you could do something like that, or you could put it here. It's good to put it on hits with the cymbal tap, because that's kind of like that drives the whole beat pretty much. So I mean, you can make so many different kind of like feelings with the beat. So see, like that sounds kind of cool. So, oh yeah, and also, so you got your red button in the middle there. That's how you would start recording if you wanted to like record a beat with you actually playing it. So if I hit that button, like I could hit all these buttons and like it would record it. See that? So I'm just gonna undo that because I don't want that. But I find it easier to just place the beats individually. So it's up to you. So the button next to the red button will take you back to the beginning. See how I scroll all the way over, and I hit it, and it goes all the way back. You got your undo buttons and your redo buttons. You got your play button right next to the red button. So if you don't want to record, but you just want to play, you can hit the play button. The far right one on the bottom right corner is a metronome. So it's like, yeah, that's cool. Yeah, you can put notes in here on that top tab in the middle. So, yep, they added this mastering button. I wouldn't use this until your track is fully done, to be honest. You can turn it back to original or mastered. So discard that. Don't need it right now. So yep, the top left button is how you just exit and save really quick. You can save it while you're still in it if you hit the top right button in the very top right corner. Hit save. So hopefully that was a good little overview. Oh yeah, this one, you can merge tracks. So like if I had one like over here, so you can also like hold and drag like that. So if I wanted to merge these, then I can merge them like that. I'm just going to undo all that. You can shift things if you want to adjust it slightly. It's like, sorry, I put that to the very end so I can't move anything. So if you wanted to shift everything, you can move it very slightly. Like if you were playing guitar or something and it was like just slightly off, you could use it to like shift it slightly to make it on beat. So you do that. Once you have instruments, you can start transposing and doing all this other stuff with the 3 dots right there. That one. So the way you add instruments, or really anything, on the left side of the screen at the bottom under all those instrument, like 1, 2, 3, 4, there's a plus button. You just hit it, and it opens up this menu. You don't need the guitar one, you don't need the bass one. I've never used the looper, I've never used the sampler, never used the drum machine. The only one I use is the virtual instruments and voice and audio. And at the very bottom it says import file. So that's how you would basically save files and then you can import them in. So I mean, lots of options there. So if I hit voice audio, then I can just, oh, it won't record since I'm recording a video, but yeah, you can record your voice. You probably already know that. Virtual instruments, there's tons of options. Got basses, keyboards, organs, strings, wind instruments, brass. And I'll show you the instruments I like to use. So, yep. So when you're actually making the cymbal taps right here, so if I just solo this one, you got one right there. So I like to do it. See how I can zoom in and out with my fingers? I usually just use my 2 thumbs. Just zoom in and out really quick and just do everything with my thumbs. So, see as I zoom in and out, more lines appear on the top up there between the 1 and 2. So, Good way to make like a 50s song is just make it to zoom in till it looks like this. It's kind of the best way I can describe it. And then you can pull this right here. You can just hold down on it and pull it. If you hold down more in the middle of this thing, you can pull the whole thing. So just tap on that edge, you can move that. So like I could do this and make it the hit like less, make the hits less frequent. So it'd be like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So you can do that, or I can just leave it like that and that's fine because I can still put another one right here. Or you can just do this. So that it doesn't sound good by itself, but once you add all the other instruments, then it creates a swing kind of flow to everything. So this is just going to constantly hit over and over and over. So I'll just put that to the end. See how it's every single, see how the top, the 1, 2, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it ends on 6. So basically 6 hits. So like 1 hit, 2 hit, 3 hit, 4 hit, 5 hit, 6 hit, 7. So that's kind of how you set that up. You can do the same thing with anything here. So another tool that I forgot to mention is the cutting tool. So if I wanted to cut it right here, see how when I click on it, it brings up that menu. It's right in the middle, so I can cut something and now they're not together anymore. So, or you can hold down on both of them and bring them back together. Merge. Hit the merge button. So, yep. Alright, so now I'm actually going to make this beat and you can kind of follow along or just watch. So I'm going to open up the plus sign button down there, click virtual instruments, and then click on drum kits. And usually I actually use the blues one, but for this one I chose the jazz because I wanted it to be softer. So click on, scroll through there, find the jazz one. I'm going to click on the red instrument 5 thing on the far left side, brings up the menu. Click on the bottom right button down there. I'm gonna hit this one. And I mean, you can just place as many as you want if you want to do them all individually, but if I could just do one, then I can pull this menu down to the place I told you to bring it down to. See how at the top it has the like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 spaces up there. So I'm just gonna click on it, hit the repeat button, and you can drag the repeat button, so as many as you want, or you can just hit the button to the end. So now I'm going to mute all these so we can just focus on our new beat we're making. So I got that. So I'm going to hit the plus sign again, virtual instruments, drum kit, and then I'm going to use the ballad one because that's what I decided to use. So we're going to do it on the 4th tap right there. So it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that gives us that transitional feel, kind of. Just gonna do that. And then it already kind of spaced it out properly. So I'm just gonna click on it, hit the repeat button, and just put it to the end. So it's like. So you kind of start to feel the vibe of it. So I'm gonna do another virtual instrument. And this time I'm going to click on drum pads because I prefer this. Scroll like all the way down. It's the vintage hip hop one. And I'm going to click on the left side of the screen again on the little 4 squares looking thing right there. That's how the instrument looks apparently. So I'm going to click on that, click the bottom right again. Boom, just place one. Close. So then I want one right here, right before it resets. I'm gonna put it there, and then I'm gonna repeat it. So it's gonna be like. So then in a way you can, if you don't want it to keep doing boom, 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 see how it's like boom, 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 boom. If you don't want it to do that, you can just cut it right here. Click on your purple instrument and cut. So now you can remove this one. So click on, see how these are separated now, so I can click on either one. So I'm gonna click on this one, hit my little instrument, my music note with the lines right there next to the repeat button. That opens up the menu again. Get rid of that. So now I can highlight both of these, click the three lines button, merge them. So now, so I got boom. See how that is? So I can pull that back. So now there's no hit there anymore, but now it's gonna basically change the sound of it. So see how that changed it? Instead of having boom, 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 now it's like boom, 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 boom. So there's so many different ways you can make beats, but I mean, this is just one of the many ways. And if I wanted to have two hits, then I could just go back to right here, right before that one, click on it, put a beat there, and see how it's like that all the way over now. So yep, that's how you make a basic beat. When I'm making like when I'm trying to remake a full song, I'll usually dub over all of this with real instruments. And then sometimes I'll keep them dubbed up, sometimes I won't. Just depends on the sound I'm looking for. But yep. Another thing I just wanted to explain about the cymbal tabs is how you can achieve the proper spacing. Because for some reason I struggle with that. Because I mean, it can be confusing. Like when you go into here, you're like zooming in and all this stuff. Oh, there's so many. You can just put them all like all over the place. You know what I'm saying? But so if I delete this one, and I'm just gonna put one down right here, and by default it made this bar to the 2, so that's like one bar right there. So if I just have one, so I can scroll over and see the line in the middle of the screen. It's kind of like, that's your marker for where the hit is going to be. So if I scroll to the middle right here, between the 1 and the 2, put it on that marker, and then I click on the red, bring up the menu, go into it, I can put one there, it's going to be right in the middle right there. So now I have 2 hits. Okay, so that is that. So I can zoom out and like the boxes get more frequent or less frequent. There's so many. So like what do I do? Okay, so this bar right here, when you click on your menu and go into it, you see the red line on the right side of the screen? That's where the 2 is. So that's where this ends. So between 1 and 2, you have all these spaces, right? So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So if I zoom in a little bit more, then now I have 8, 8, and 8. So I have, and then if I zoom out, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I find it easier if you just keep it simple. Just do like 6 hits. You do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So see, I have 6 spaces on there. I zoomed out till it was at 6 spaces. So now I can put one of those in each space, and then it'll be even, and it'll sound together, and it won't sound like if I put it like, and like put it here, and it sounds all wacky. See how that sounds so weird? I mean, it's not bad. Like someone can make a beat out of that, but if you just want to keep it simple, you can just remove all that and then just Boom, easy. If you wanted to add like some other stuff, then that's where you, like the other spaces would become pretty helpful. So if I add another drum kit, if I do blues or something. So let me repeat this one to the end. So I could put like some toms in here. So I could just do like 4. See how it kind of fills this, like the empty space there. And then if I do another virtual instrument, drum kits, blues, I could do like a cymbal crash here. So yeah, you have all these different drum instruments right here. That's a kind of a lighter crash. Like that one. That one's a really like meaningful crash, I guess. See, that sounds pretty cool. So I mean, you can always do these little like fillers in between. So like I could put it here, or like here, here, here. Like, you know, you can move it around. Maybe you want to have the crash on the snare hit. I don't know. But yeah, you can mess around with that kind of stuff. Like I said, keeping it simple is the best way to do it. Yeah, I would just start off practicing your spacing and timing with the cymbal hits right there. So just keeping them evenly spaced. 1, skip 1, next one. And you can always line it up with the line in the middle of the screen if you need help. So see how I'm slowly moving to each one. You can click on it, go in, place one there. So, yep. And yeah, clicking on the red dot thing will remove it, and clicking it will place one. So click to remove, click to place. Same thing. Yep. But that's how you kind of space things out and keep everything together. Another thing that's really important is this little magnet icon on at the top right of the screen. If you click on it, then when you go into your file, it can just like slide around, which can make things very difficult. You see how it like slides and it doesn't lock into place. So it pops up again when you're in this menu at the top right. So you can click it again and everything will snap into place. So I would always make sure that it is in this state, not with the line through it. Because if it has the line through it, then it slides around and that makes things really difficult. So just always make sure you're able to snap everything into place like that.